All right.
Okay. So yeah, welcome everyone. Yeah, as I said, Reda is not going to be able to make it today, so going to be only NG and myself. We are going to start right away with the demos. So let's just start in order if you want. So who was doing the issue number 12?
Yeah, so that's our issue. I'll do the demo and Henry can explain the code.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, sure.
All right, I'll share my screen. One moment. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, cool. So, the new feature is on the list page. So you'll need to navigate to the list page, and there you will see the delete button. This new functionality allows you to simply delete an item that you no longer need to have on your list. It's very simple. You delete the item, click on delete, and then a notification pops up says, do you really want to delete this item? If you click cancel, nothing happens and the item stays there. If you press OK, the item is deleted from the list page and it's also deleted from Firestore. So I'll quickly show you guys the Firestore because we had 3 items. Oh. There we go. And now I only have 2 items. One is null, it's got literally nothing, and the other was clothes. And that's all gone now. Oh, 1 second. Yeah. So as you can see, that's gone now. It's only 2 items. So that's it. That's the feature.
Okay. So anyone has any question? Perfect. Let's see the code then.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So most of the changes we made were made on 2 files: the list item
Oh,
and then the file groups.
don't hear you at all. There is a lot of.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Oof. It's
Can you
try
hear me
again.
now?
Yeah, it's better. Maybe try again.
Okay, how about now? How about now?
Yeah, we can see your screen. Okay, and try speaking again, Henry.
Okay, so most of the changes we made were made on 2 files. So we have the one that was made to the list item right here. So we simply added a button component here, so which on click fires the handle delete function, which is an async function. Yeah. So we use the window.confirm to show a modal pop-up, which would give the user a chance to confirm their their action. So if the user clicks on decline, it simply returns, yeah, and does nothing. So if the user clicks on confirm, if it confirms the action, it calls the delete item, which is which is the delete item function, which is the Firebase API store. So that is here. All right, here. Okay, here. So the delete item function takes in two parameters, which is the list path and then the item ID, which we pass, from over here, over here. So expand that. So over here. So when the user confirms that model, so it calls this function, and then we'll have this. So from this we can get the document reference, and then call the delete doc method, which is on the Firebase SDK. And then we can now delete the item from the Firestore. And that's basically it.
Okay, pretty straightforward. I think it's clear. So, any question from the audience? One thing it's going to be interesting for the next, so that the next issues are going to be for you to work on the styling and functionality. So one thing it's interesting is when you do async, so you are deleting the item, and I guess you are going to have an event telling you that the item from Firebase has been successfully deleted. So maybe adding some, for example, some feedback to the user that item has been already deleted can be interesting. So yeah, it's cool. Any question from anyone? No? Okay. Thanks, okay. So let's go to the next issue. If you can stop sharing, okay, then for the next pair. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so IJ is gonna explain the UI and then I'm gonna explain the code. So I'll share my screen. Let me... Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. Go ahead.
All right. So last week we're actually told to get the user input the items on the list page and make sure it's being sorted either alphabetically, and also we should make sure it's in order of how they buy the item. So maybe the user decides to buy the item soon, or kind of soon or not soon. So whenever the user puts soon, when the user clicks soon, chooses soon, this means that the item should be bought within 7 days. Then if it's kind of soon that the user chooses, then the item should be bought within 7 days or before 7 days, less than 30 days. Then the not soon is that the user should buy it before the next purchase. The user should buy it before 30 days. Then when it's inactive, it means that the user maybe it has passed like 60 days and the user has not bought any item, so it will be kept inactive for the period of time. So when you go to the manage list, at the manage list, you see how to, when you create an item, it comes to this place and it's been at the list page and is being stored alphabetically. Now, this will actually depend on the how the user chooses. Maybe the user, it will be, should I say priority? It will be based on priority, that if the user chooses soon, it will be alphabetically sorted for them. Then if it's kind of soon, it will be alphabetically sorted based on what they've chosen. Then at the Firebase, we actually, you can see the, okay, you can see the dates. So you can see the dates created, that maybe when the user creates a particular item that day. So depending on the category of what they've chosen, that will be what will be calculated for them. So this user has chosen like soon. So it calculates 7 days for them. So 7 days. So within 7 days, they are to buy the so-called the item from. They have to buy the item, and so basically that's what we actually did. We actually had to sort the item alphabetically, and based on what they choose, their priority of how they want to buy the item. Thank you. So I'm going to pass this over to my colleague who will show you how the code was written on VS Code. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe just to add a little bit what IJ already said about sorting the items alphabetically. If the purchase urgency is the same, we can test this. So as you can see, it's already alphabetical here, E, F, G. Let's say we add another item, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, let's say. Hat, for example. We submit it. And then we have it over here. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is it. So for all the other items, the date next purchase is for March 22nd. So let's say we change it to March 22nd as well. Oh, wait a minute. Here. It should be on the end, basically. So let's go to back again. Oh, wait a minute, sorry. I need to, yeah. Yeah, so as you can see here, it's below G. So that's how it's sorted alphabetically. Yeah. All right, I can go into the code and I can show you guys how we did it. So yeah, we changed the list page, we edited the list item component, and we also edited the Firebase file as well, the JavaScript file. First, we want to sort the items based on its purchase urgency. So the way that we did that is, of course, first we map through the data first to get the time next purchase, and then of course we have to change it to the to get the right value, basically. So we use the toDate method, and we use the get time method as well for both the time next purchase property and also the time last purchase property, if there is, of course. And we get the days till next purchase value using the get days between dates function that we created already in the past, where it takes in the time now and also takes in the time next purchase. And basically this will calculate the amount of days until the user needs to get the item. Other than that, we also calculated the days since last purchase. So using the same function, get days between dates, it takes in the time last purchase and the time now, and that will give us the amount of days that the user, the amount of days that passed since the user bought the item. Afterwards, we basically store it in a temporary array where it takes in the current position of the item. We take in the name of that item and then the value, the sort value. For the sort value, if the days since last purchase is more than 60 days, which means it's inactive, then it will basically return the amount of days since last purchase. And then if it's not more than 60 days, then it will just get the days till next purchase. From there, from this temporary array, we created the compare purchase urgency function, which is part of the acceptance criteria. And this is taken from Firebase. Well, part of the acceptance criteria again. We were supposed to import it from the Firebase file. So we created this compare purchase urgency, which takes in the data set, and it sorts it based on if the purchase urgency is the same. So yeah, A dot value equals to B dot value, then it will just sort the item alphabetically. And then if it's not the same, then it will just sort the value, sort the items based on its purchase urgency. So yeah, we did that. And then of course, it's stored again into a new variable, sorted items. And then we basically just map through the items. And then this is already sorted based on the purchase urgency. Of course, this is not enough. We also have to show the user the indicator, the urgency indicator. So we did that on the list item component. So for this one here, we created this function, get urgency indicator. Again, is the same thing, taking the time now, taking the date next purchase, and taking the date last purchase, calculating it, the days till next purchase, and calculating the days since last purchase. If the days since last purchase is more than 60 days, then it will show the inactive urgency icon. If it's less than or equal to 7 days, it will show the soon. If it's more than 7 days and less than or equal to 30 days, it will show kind of soon. And then of course, if it's more than 30 days, and then it will show not soon. And it's basically, put over here. We initialize the function here so that it's going to show for each item, basically. That's about it. I would say there is actually an edge case that might not, that I don't think it was part of the acceptance criteria for the issue. For example, if I put this, it will still show soon. I think this may be something that we can edit in the future, that like if the user bought the item, then this should be gone. The urgency indicator should be gone. Yeah, that's just an additional thing that we should think about later on. But that's about it, I would say, the issue. Yeah. Sorry, I think you're muted actually. I don't know if you're
Yeah, I am. So I have a question. Can you share again, sorry, the code?
Okay. Yes, sorry. Let me share it again. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, in the list, in the other file, in the list one, it's interesting to see if you go scroll up to the when you are doing the mapping, that in line 30 or 29.
Yeah.
It's not bad or it's not right or wrong. It's simply, why have you chosen to do that calculation there and not in the other part, in the function when you are displaying for the data, I mean, for the date. So it's only a curiosity. It's not right and wrong or wrong. It's to understand your thought process, or why it has been put here and not in the presentation. Are people do either way?
I think I was, when I was doing it, I had some issues with the inactive urgency indicator. So that's why I decided, like, okay, in any case, if we want the inactive items to be on the end of the list, then it just needs to be more, the value needs to be more than all the other items, right? And yeah, that's why I did it this way, because if it's more than 60 days, it's always going to be more than the days till next purchase. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I agree. I think maybe it could have been done better, because I also noticed
No,
that
it's
yeah.
you can put it in either place. It's more like how it's going to be in the future, more maintainable or more readable for your future self, for example.
Mhm.
So also that's going to happen also if you go to the sorting function.
Yeah, it's
If
on here.
you come back to this one in 5 months, you will need to check why. How is you know now that it's you are doing alphabetical,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's simply naming of the variables to give you some hints on the basically for reading clarity. But yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
All right.
So
I think MJ, I'm sorry, I forgot that MJ also messaged me about explaining one thing. Can you remind me again what you wanted me to explain? I forgot.
So when you finish the PR and I tested the code, it was the being able to purchase items was broken.
Ah, yes.
So the checkbox weren't working at all. And just so you get us through the process of how that thing that is totally unrelated, or it seems that it's unrelated, it broke. And how did you fix it? Because sometimes you are like focusing on your task and it's like it works perfect, but then it's like, oops, I didn't check this, that is adjacent.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. So what I noticed before, I think we actually put the stuff that is on here straight onto the list list page. So that's why it didn't work, because all the checkbox like functionality was in this list item component. So yeah, that's why afterwards how I fixed it, basically I just had to import again the list item component and then put everything into props, and then yeah, for the get urgency indicator, I imported it from the list component into the list item component. And then everything works afterwards, because the checkbox functionality was all over here, and we worked on this one instead. So that was a mistake on our part. Yeah. That's why it didn't work, the checkbox.
a question for everyone: how has been, because this week you have been working modifying the same files because the delete button and these are in the same thing. Has been there some trouble with merge conflicts, or has been smooth, or how has been your experience working on functionality that is on the same files?
I had some merge conflicts actually before, when I was trying to
Okay.
push the branch into main. But it's good now. I mean, I'm using like IntelliJ for like Git stuff, so it's really nice because it's very clear. It's better than VS Code to do that, so that's why I use that one. And yeah, everything is good. I was able to put all the new functionalities from the other pair and from us as well, and then yeah, everything works afterwards.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So awesome. We have finished with the demos today. Let me check. I think we have retro, and I am so Reda was the facilitator, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to share the link with you. You already know how it works. It's here. It's week 7. Have a timer here. I'm going to give 7 to 10 minutes for everyone to write things down. Oh, let me share. I'm not sharing. Sharing. Here, this one. View one. Can I share only one window? Oops. Yeah, keep. Okay. So yeah, giving you 7-10 minutes. I will check with you if you need more time. And let's write some things in the board. I'm going to mute myself. Okay, so I see a lot of shy people today. And in a couple more minutes. Okay. So yeah, let's go. We're going to start with the appreciations. MG, first one's yours.
Yeah, I think the demos we are improving the way they are done. They are faster and more like on the point and in production, which is good. So just everyone, great job, because they seem more like prepared.
I agree. Emily.
Well, is it my turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to appreciate that that we're almost at the finish line. We're almost done. And now we can do the fun CSS bit. Yeah. So I'm very happy about that.
Good.
Yeah. So great work, everyone.
I don't know. Next one. It doesn't. IG. Yep.
I just want to say thank you to Khadija because this week sync was more, yeah, she for the support. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks, IJ. I appreciate it. I'm happy to help. No worries.
Yeah. Or that's mine. Good work with the demos, everyone. It's as Angie was saying, it's improving. So yeah, do you maybe you are not seeing now, but when you are in the real workplace, you are going to see that this is going to pay off a lot. So keep the good work, everyone. Okay, so what's went well? That first one is yours, Khadija.
Yeah, it's we were able to solve the merge conflicts, even though yeah, we all worked on the same file. So happy to be able to do that.
Good. Andy, you're next.
Yeah, just that everyone did their job and we were able to merge everything on time. There was some tricky functionality, And also the other one that did seem simpler, I think it was really clean the way we did it and super on the point. So yeah, good that everything is perfect and working right now.
And we are consistently doing demos in production, as it should be. So congratulations, everyone. That's super cool. More when you are modifying files modifying the same files. So merging, adding functionalities, and not overlapping everyone on the other pair. So great work on that. IG, that's yours.
Okay, I love the supports despite the time differences. Like I like working with everybody. I don't find anybody difficult, or everybody's so nice and supportive. So that's awesome.
Great. Okay, let's talk a little bit. What
Sorry,
could
sorry.
be...
Also the
yeah, go ahead.
mentors, you guys are good.
I didn't get that last one, IG.
And also, I said also the mentors.
Okay.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go. What could be improved?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do both in one. It's funny that we didn't work on the code and we are the only ones with opinions on improving. I would say in general, communication we could be more talkative, more like have more feedback. I think we always forget to put the cohort feedback too. Like I think we are the only team that doesn't put that. So I think feedback in general is good to know where we are and where we are going. So I think we are a little bit quiet and never be afraid to be bothering everyone in general. And the same with the office hours that I tried to accommodate so more people could come, but miscommunication and everything, at least only one person came. So it was like, and it would be good if you cannot make it, doesn't matter, but it's like if we try the best time for everyone, maybe you can make it, just say so. That's me.
Okay, so I see also it's interesting. We are a little bit rushing with the PR, so it's interesting to allow a little bit of a slack when doing the PR. So there is time for deeper reviews or deeper conversation, because if you have to review a PR and you know that the deadline is near, you are not going to put the same dedication or attention in the PR, and you are losing opportunities for learning, really. So it's interesting a little bit to try to get the PRs early in the week. So that's it.
I agree with that, because if you have more time, you can be more picky about things and retest again and even try to break it more.
Yeah. I'm thinking that I'm not about action items. It's nothing is coming to mind at the moment. And someone has some suggestion? For me, it's not. Nothing is coming to mind about action items from all the things that we have said. Action items that were not said in previous retros.
Yeah, me neither. I cannot think.
Okay, very quiet today. Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing and let's let the MG go through the issues. This week is going to be interesting, different.
Okay, let me share. Okay, all good.
Yep.
Okay. Issues. Oh, this. I think because of the way the PR was written, wasn't properly closed. So if you can close it later, is the delete one. So the team who work on it. Okay. Use issue 14 as a user. I want the app to look professional and welcoming. These last 2 weeks of the project will function a little bit different than the rest. You will self-organize around a lightweight design process to come up with a polished look and feel of your app. This will require you to make decisions together as a team and then implement the vision. The process outlined here is our best suggestion how to proceed, but you can do it the way you want. This is the last issue of the BART because you have to write the stories needed to complete the implementation of the design direction. As always, you can lean on your mentors for guidance. Okay, let's go to the design process. What is the tone you're looking for? What are you feeling you are trying to convey? So just try to come with 3 or 5 words that capture that and how you want the user to perceive your ad, like fun, clean, ironic, business-like. Create a mood board. A mood board helps everyone to be on the same page in terms of the direction in which you want to take the design. Add elements to the mood board that represent the tone you're trying to achieve. And decide the fundamental elements of the design, including the typography, the colors, and the icon imagery. So you have the link to Google Fonts because that's a good way to know from where to get them. The colors that should be accessible, so not crazy colors, and what icons you can use for free. You have to decide if you want to code your CSS from scratch or use a framework, and why. Basically, there are pros and cons for each. Vanilla CSS gives you more control, but it can be harder and will take more time to achieve a given effect. If frameworks help you with get things done faster, but often at the cost of not having full control. If you choose a framework, evaluate your options and decide to see which one you pick to suit your needs. And for that, you have to consider the quality of the documentation, ease of integration, built with accessibility in mind, activeness of the community. If it's a super old framework that hasn't been updated since 2000, it's not obviously a good option. Quality frameworks that are popular and you can consider are Bootstrap, Chakra UI, Material UI, Semantic UI, or Tailwind CSS. Okay, I guess there has to be some questions. I hope. Or not.
Bootstrap is super old, right? It's like super
I don't
old.
think it's used much, but yeah. I know Material UI. I don't know the other ones, but I'm not a front person at all.
One note, it's not only a local feel, it's not only appearance, it's also how are you giving the feedback. It's how the application feels. So
Interaction, yeah.
Interaction, yeah. It's not only the position on the buttons and things like that. It's how you navigate, and so you can when you decide the mood board, maybe some things
Yeah,
are going to
yeah, you will have to think about UX, basically, user experience of IJ. You raise the hand?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Basically, we should also think of mobile responsiveness. I was going to be like on mobile view.
you
For
can.
example, if it's going to be, yeah, that's one of the things you have to think if it's going to be responsive.
You are free to decide if you want to add that functionality or not.
Okay, not a limit.
But I think most of the frameworks or the modern ones include that by default. Maybe it's going to be a little bit more on learning, but I think it's included in a lot of the modern ones. The responsiveness.
You don't have more questions, or like how you are going to organize, or just Wild West? What are you
Yeah.
guys feeling about this?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we have any. I think as the day progress, maybe questions will come in, and definitely we could ask on Slack.
Yeah, basically you're going to be you will need to meet because this is going to be 2 weeks and you need to define
Yeah, do
the define user stories and um
acceptance criteria of what you are going
acceptance.
to be.
Yeah, and also try to make it fit in the week in the 2 weeks. So trying to estimate a little bit the amount of work is going to be needed and things like that. So it's going to be an interesting process. A lot of collaboration for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will do. I suggest you to do the first meeting as soon as possible.
Yes. Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if you don't
Yeah.
decide on if you don't agree, then you cannot work in parallel. You need to because you can be doing different work. So you need to work as a team first to define everything.
Yeah. To decide and have a plan. Make sure that that plan is doable in the time. And then just break it down.
A good rehearsal of the real thing that is happening on
Yes.
work on the work. Okay.
Okay, I'll stop sharing then.
We are not assigning issues or we are not doing the pairing bot thing. So we hope to see chats or threads on Slack with you talking about those things. Remember that you also can do it asynchronously. Slack provides that. You can also do that. But yeah, it's up to you. And if you have any doubt, we are there for helping.
AJ.
Sorry, I'm like
Yeah.
a bit confused. So how would the collaboration between everybody be like?
You need to
Since
decide
we
that.
are not. Uh, okay.
You need to
Yeah,
decide it's like you need to create the issues and then decide who is going to work on those issues. The
Wow.
suggestion is also to work in pairs, but you can decide another way. But yeah, it's up to you.
Okay.
yeah. So basically, first meeting to decide how you are going to organize and what you are going to do, and then just follow the plan you agree on. You will agree on, create the issues, as David said, and then it will be the normal workflow.
Oh, okay.
Either way, any question, or if you cannot agree, you can write on the
Yeah.
Slack,
Yeah, we can
and we
help.
can be referees. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if there is no questions, we are going to finalize in time. It's 2 minutes to 6. Perfect then. I'm going to stop recording. Oh, it's done.